Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz. Sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Bring the energy. Let's go. Bring the energy. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, we got a game of the week down by the river. Bishop Kenny playing host to University Christian in our latest game of the week here on the Friday Night Blitz.
Hey, welcome in, everybody, to the Friday Night Blitz, part of our extravaganza, if you will, on a Friday night. Started at 7 o'clock with the game of the week, goes to 8 o'clock on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Take you all the way until midnight, but this is the action-packed portion of the show with highlights and reaction from around the area.
We like this part of the show because we can kind of let it breathe a little bit. We get some interviews in. Now, if you really want to see us let it breathe, we go for like 2 straight hours before this. That 8 to 10 is the really let it breathe portion. But in TV terms, that's kind of what this is. And it starts with a fantastic matchup, UC and BK.
The game of the week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Well, that will set it all up. Beautiful night for football. Bishop Kenny hosted University Christian, and it was a dandy. Crusaders game come out swinging, already up 7-0. Gavin Hawkins, it's Andrew McCoy Jr. down the sideline. And a look at him go, turned on the Jets. Nobody's catching him. Touchdown, Bishop Kenny, and a 2-score lead. So in a 2-touchdown hole, Khalil Thompson comes up with a big play for UC. Hits Jacoby Walker down the field, and he's got it in the end zone. UC trims the deficit to a touchdown. They're right back in it. UC would tie things up, but late in the fourth quarter, BK comes up with another big play. Hawkins on the wheel route to Madison. Oh, yeah. See you later. Beautiful execution. Bishop Kenny up 21-14. But we're not done yet. University Christian runs right down the field. Donovan Moss punches it in for a score. They're 1 extra point away from sending it to OT. And the, oh, no, block on the extra point. That's how it ends. They had lined up for a 2-point conversion, got a penalty, so then had to go for the extra point. It gets blocked. BK wins 21-20. Action Sports Jack's Marcel Robinson after the game.
I'm here with victorious head coach Tim Krauss. I mean, that was pretty fun for week 1.
Yeah, we made it exciting, that's for sure. Our kids fall like crazy. We've got super tough kids, super resilient kids. University Christian, incredibly talented team. Really proud of the way our kids kind of stood in there, hung in there, kept it close, found a way to the end.
A lot of the talk coming in here was about, UC. They actually had some game experiences here, obviously. You guys coming in, not really having a chance to get the pads on and get hit yet, but obviously you guys came out here and do what you had to do. What was the message coming in there?
No, I think we're pretty decent, too. I mean, I heard a lot of that talk as well. But I think we've got a good group of kids, and kids that aren't scared of anybody, willing to play anybody. The big message for us was being who we are, and I think we play a different style of football and a different brand of football, and just being comfortable with that. And our kids executed the game plan and kept us in the game and found a way to win.
I know looking at the scoreboard as a head coach, obviously, those aren't the amount of points that you want to see. And even that last drive, it seemed how UC kind of got down the field. But if you look at the whole scope of the game, your defense played pretty well and came up with some big moments. Talk about that for me.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we have some really good players on our defense, especially like our linebackers, Gunnar Rogers, Aiden Piper, our kids at James Davis, that plays our outside backer, have played so much football for us. And so to have them on the field in really key moments and make a bunch of big plays, not really give up a ton of explosives, to be able to keep the ball in front of us was huge.
This is obviously just 1 week. Every game is important, but this is the type of win. This shows your grit, the resilience, right? How can you take this, or what message can you take from this game, I guess, for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think our philosophy is that we're always going to get better as the year goes on. Like we try to coach our kids to continue wherever we are at the beginning of the season, that's not where we're going to finish. So, this is one game. It's a great win for our program. Really happy for our kids, especially coming off of a strange situation with a week 1 bye. But I mean, we got 9 straight games now to get into playoffs, and so we just got to continue ascending.
Can't win them all till you win one.
Let's do it.
That's head coach Tim Krauss. Bishop Kenny, your winners down by the river. Let's toss it back to you guys.
I think I heard Celebrate Good Times and Barbara Ann in the interview in the background.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got the tunes rocking.
They got a good
by the river.
Good playlist. Good playlist. And a good victory here in week 2 in our game of the week as they get the victory over UC. And coming up next week, we're headed to Trinity Christian as they play host to the mighty Reigns Vikings. Reigns, by the way, they're pretty good.
77-0 win.
77-0 over Sandalwood today.
I don't know if that will surprise a lot of people. It sounds surprising.
I feel like it's hard to score 11 touchdowns no matter who you're playing.
Yeah, they did have 49 points at the end of the first quarter.
That's 7 touchdowns in a quarter.
Hey, just not to peek too far ahead.
Yes.
We have some really good games next week.
Peek
this
ahead.
one of the highlights.
Battle for Longleaf Pine
next
Parkway.
Week. No, and I'm saying this week, week 3.
Oh, you're saying in that week?
Yeah, not just this game, and we'll show it to you on the Friday Night
The whole
Zone Blitz.
schedule too is just
that's fantastic.
Fantastic, as always.
Speaking of down there in St. Johns County,
Yeah,
Creekside at Nease.
Yeah, let's do it. Panthers, of course, won our game of the week last week, and they picked right up where they left off a week ago, and they did it with some defense. How about it? Creekside backed up and punting, and this one over the head, and through the back it goes. So maybe not defense as much as special teams and just a bad snap. Okay, this is better, though. After the safety, you got to kick it away. How about a return? Tyshawn Ford going to take it to the house, 9-0 for the Nease Panthers as they're able to convert that safety into more points. Creekside not giving up. Nice big pickup here across the middle for the Knights. Finally corralled down, but it's all Nease. They go on to win 50-8. The Panthers get the win. Good to have Coach Colin Drafts call in on our Zone Blitz coverage a little earlier. Proud of his team off to a 2-0 start.
Hey, you can listen to that anytime on the social media channels. A lot of horsing around down the corral as the Mandarin Mustangs host the Atlantic Coast Stingrays. Mustangs inside the 5, number 5, Shanquez Foster. That's a yardage to get Mandarin on the board. Mandarin was up 6-0. Atlantic Coast gets into Mustangs territory. They punt it away. Oh, boy. Don't punt it to Bryson Wright. Yeah, they put him back there. That's a punt return for a touchdown for the sensational sophomore. 13-0 Mustangs had a pick 6 last week. Punt return this week, and he's going to score all the time on offense. Stingrays quarterback Rocco Manego looks like he gets swallowed up by a herd of Mustangs, but he manages to get the deep ball out. Jabari McMillan and Atlantic Coast gets on the board. Kind of a big deal because they hadn't scored against Mandarin the last 3 seasons. But Mandarin does win. 54-16. Now over on the north side at First Coast, a special moment for our friend Marty Lee. They brought him out for the coin toss, a total surprise. They named the field after him. The Bucs' new field is Marty Lee Field. Well earned. And by the way, nice job keeping that a secret. Nobody even knew. Not the assistant coaches didn't even know.
That's a good secret to keep. How about we go to the action as the Buccaneers playing host to the Greyhounds of Kipp Bolles City. Let's go to the third play of the game. Visitors with the ball, but not for long. Buccaneers defense with the takeaway. Safety Miguel Jimenez tips it up to himself, and he's going to take it back for a pick 6. 7-0. That's a quick start for First Coast. Next drive, Jimenez says, all right, I'm going to do it again. How about another interception? That one sets him up at the goal line. And, when you're right next to the goal line, this is what you do. You keep it yourself. David Hunter, quarterback, takes it in, walks into the end zone. 14-0 Buccaneers. Kipp Bolles City finding some explosives of their own. Eric Philpott will heave it to Ronald Stanley. Comes down with it. He's on the run. Finally taken down inside the 25. A couple plays later, same 2. Philpott to Stanley, and he bounces off a tackle. And they must have got backed up by some penalties because that was more than 25 yards away. It's a touchdown for Kipp Bolles City. It's their only touchdown. As First Coast goes on to win and win big, Jarvis Parker gets a victory in his home debut, 55-6.
All right, Jackson at Ribault, and oh, baby, watch this front row seat. That's awesome. Hey, Dad Duty checking out some ball, too. Absolutely love it. How about on the punt? Ribault's Breon Bethea. Okay, it's just not a bad return, right? No, he stays on his feet, crosses over the field. Thought he might be gone here, but Jackson does chase him down. Heck of a return, nice play. Meanwhile, for Jackson, on that same possession, watch this, almost a pick 6. Oh, Braden Hankins. He knew he had an opportunity. He's still seeing that one tonight. He's going to see it in his sleep. Still a nice play to break on the ball. Jay Dixon and Jackson, they'd get the ball back, and they would score on the quarterback sneak. Got it in there to take the lead. And Jackson, well, that would be the difference. They win it 14-12 on the road at Ribault.
All right, let's head to Clay County, shall we? We've got Riverside, we've got Fleming Island, and Riverside, after playing Oakleaf, then takes on another good Clay County team. This is Eric Gentry, a little screen pass to Tristan Stevenson. He lets those blockers do their thing, and he's going to take it into the end zone. That made it 21-7 Golden Eagles. Riverside's Jaden DeLong keeping it himself here as they would battle throughout the night. And always just a little behind, but able to get into the end zone there for a touchdown. Generals. A little later on, DeLon to Derek Bridges. There he is to the right, earning that touchdown. It was 28-19 at the time, so they get within 3, but how about Gentry? He'll find Tristan Stevenson behind the defense, and that is going to put it away. Both teams would score late, but it's Fleming Island that gets the victory 42-33. Action Sports Jack's Olivia Tassley catching up with head coach Tom McPherson after the win.
All right, Coach Mack, what a roller coaster of a week 2 for you. How's that win now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great win. Obviously, we know how good Riverside is, and we respect the talent that they have on the field, and, you know, explosive plays and playmakers all over the field. And you can see that from the opening kickoff. They bring it back 50 yards. And, you know, I told our guys, after our first 2 games, we haven't been behind yet. So it's kind of, you know, that bully mentality. Everything's good when you're playing good. At some point, you're going to fall behind. You're going to get punched in the mouth. And we fell behind 7-0 and responded. So now I feel like we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, you put up 40 points in week 1. You put another 42 up in week 2.
Yeah.
I mean, is this the trend that we're going to see from these Golden Eagles?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're still young right now. Obviously, if you look at us, like all the procedure penalties, we had probably 200 yards of penalties, maybe in offsides. I don't know what we're doing wrong. I got to talk to officials and straighten it out. But when we get all that cleaned up, you know, we're playing a lot of young guys right now. Each week we get better. We play good teams like Riverside. We continue to get better. So, you know, I like what we're doing on offense and defense and special teams. It's complementary football, and, you know, it's one day at a time. Just keep working.
Birthday tomorrow, not a bad birthday present, huh?
Now that the world knows, yeah, birthday. It's my 40th birthday tomorrow.
40th birthday. See, that's the trend. The 40 points is all in honor of you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Coach, appreciate it. Go enjoy the swim tonight.
Thank you.
By the way, Coach Mack fooled Liv on the 40th birthday.
Yes.
Go hit the golf course, Coach Mack. Hope you make a hole-in-one.
Shout out to our fans of the week over at Nease High School. We showed them getting a big win earlier in the broadcast. Well, the fans will always win over there at Nease High School, packing the house and having a good time.
Another one of our Zone Blitz games. Up to Yulee we go, hosting the Clay Blue Devils. Midway through the second quarter, Yulee leads 14-7. Trey Vasquez buys some time. Nice job shaking the tackler and finds Sage Newberry open in the back of the end zone. Extends the lead to 21-7. Now to the third we go. Yulee really dominated in the second half. Running back Jaden Timmon had a big day on the ground. Look at him get outside, and he almost gets in the end zone. Takes it right to the doorstep of the goal line. And all that would do is delay the inevitable. Timmon punches it in. And Yulee off to the races. Clay trying to get something going as they restart their program under a new coach. They go for it on 4th down, but the Hornets defense snuffs it out. The defensive line, probably the story of the game. They really dominated the trenches. Yulee would punch it in again. This time Corbin Fletcher, 43-7. Yulee and Coach Doherty get the win. Action Sports Jack's Jason Hamby up in Nassau County.
All right, Coach, 43-7 win, dominant performance throughout first and second half. I mean, what does it say about your team that you consistently put points up on the board, even in the second half, and finish this one strong?
Yeah, it's a testament to like the character of the kids that are in that locker room. They work really hard, and all they want to do is find greatness. So them overcoming hurdles and obstacles, we went through a lot of them last year in our 2-8 season, and a lot of those kids got to live in it and be in it, and now they're getting to reap the benefits of all their hard work that started in December. Like, we've been grinding for this moment since December, and it's paying off for us right now.
How much of that was the message all off season? Not as successful last year, but a 43-7 win. Obviously, that's paying dividends immediately at the start of the season.
Every single thing we did was related to how like some of the soul searching for me, some of the soul searching for our kids, some of the leadership things that we had to handle. We did a lot of things differently, even the way we practice, some of the attention to the details. Like we've done a lot of things differently, and I think it's paying dividends because like our kids are really responding in a big way.
I appreciate it. Congratulations. Enjoy the win.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, man. That'll do it from Yulee. 43-7 over Clay. Back to you guys in the studio. I'm Jason Hamby, Action Sports Jacks.
All right, appreciate it there, Hambo. Let's head to Wolfson. The Wolfpack taking on Fernandina Beach in some SSAA action. First quarter, Pirates already up 12 when Ian Miller launches that thing to the moon. Beckham Rowe comes down with it. Look at the arc on that thing.
Give him a chance to make a play.
Goodness. Wouldn't get any points out of it, however. So Wolfson gets the ball back, and how about a nice little run for the Wolfpack quarterback as he takes it to the outside. Good job there by Wolfson. Second quarter we go. Deontay Sims. Oh, he's just bouncing off of would-be tacklers and muscling his way all the way down to the 2-yard line. Very next play. And Sims is going to punch it in himself. There he goes for the touchdown. And it's Fernandina Beach that gets the victory, 42-13. So good night for the teams from up in Nassau County. We saw Yulee win, and we see Fernandina Beach get a victory.
All right, we keep rolling here on the Friday Night Blitz. Brett Martineau, Stuart Weber, the entire Action Sports Shacks team all over the area, and more games to come, including Trinity trying to avoid an 0-2 start. Trinity Bolles, 20 state championships between the two. How did this one go? You find out next.
We got to play Blue Devils and go watch a Friday Night Blitz.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com. Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt.
And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m.
A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it. Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
This is Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Crowd making noise. Here's the kick, the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked! Bishop Kenny is going to take the football game.
Well, if you missed it in our game of the week, what a dramatic ending. By the way, University Christian was going to go for 2 and the win after the touchdown. Penalty backs them up 5 yards, so they go for the extra point to tie instead, and Bishop Kenny gets the block that entire game live on the Action Sports Jacks YouTube page and our Action News Jacks Now app as well.
The Coach of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Well,
Coach of the week.
With that, how about Tim Krauss getting Coach of the Week? You know, it's funny, all these coaches and teams and everybody hears the dialogue back and forth on social media. It gives everything a little bit more edge, especially when you have these kind of games and rivalries. That's a big deal for Tim Krauss and BK to get the early season win. They're now 1-0 with a 21-20 W over UC.
Yeah,
More,
good
by
game
the way,
right
Coaches
there.
of the Week, Players of the Week, Games of the Week all year with Whataburger and Jaguars Prep. As we welcome you back to the Friday Night Blitz, Brent Martineau along with Stuart Weber. By the way, shout out to the guys calling the game as well. Did a fantastic job. Noah Schlitzip and Brody McGuff, Marcel Robinson getting all that action for you as well. We're going to do that each and every Friday night.
Yeah, let's jump into more games, shall we? We have a battle of Jacksonville heavyweights. The Bolles Bulldogs taking on the Trinity Christian Conquerors. Early second quarter, Dogs up 14-6. Micah Anderson here for the Conquerors. To the near side, gonna bounce off some tacklers. He's got room, and he's got his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trinity. They would go for 2 and not make it to tie. So they were down 14-12. That's as close as they'd get. Later in the second, Bulldogs driving. It's Jaden Weatherly to a wide open Corbin Fordham in the end zone. I'm glad we cut away before the end of that play. Later in the fourth, Trinity Christian down and, an interception. It's Santana Starks for the Bulldogs, and, he's nearly going to take it back. Oh, you got to watch out for the guy behind. You never think about the guy behind you. But it is the Bolles Bulldogs that get the win, 35-12. They improve to 2-0. Let's hear from head coach Matt Doblin.
Last week, a pretty convincing win. This week, a pretty convincing win. This is the new standard. How proud of you guys, or how proud of you of your guys this week?
Extremely. I mean, getting a win over a traditional power like Trinity, they've got great coaches, they've got great players, and our kids played extremely well. But what I'm probably the most proud of is we were sloppy in the first half, and that they can win at halftime. We're very mature about corrections and fixes, and came out and played a much better second half.
Okay. 2 interceptions. I saw the very long one in the end zone here. How proud are you with your defense holding them to 12 points today?
Unbelievable job. Unbelievable job by our defensive guys, and that secondary, there's a bunch of ball hawks back there like Santana and TJ. They do a great job, and and obviously they put a lot of pressure on us. There were a lot of empty throwing the ball around, and then our guys made plays when they needed to.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, let's head back to St. Johns County. Bartram Trail Ponte Vedra. We thought this would be a close game. It, in fact, was not. This is Bartram Trail. And this is a touchdown pass, but they were few and far between as Reese Moore hauls it in there from Colson Baum. This game was all Sharks all the time. Here's another Bartram Trail score, but it's Ponte Vedra that gets the win, 48-14. The Sharks bouncing back from that loss in the regular season opener in our game of the week against Nease, but it's PV who wins it and wins it big, 48-14.
It was a great job by the Sharks. Really proud of them, the way they came back, had a great week of practice, focused and got better every single day. If we can continue to do that, we can be have a really nice year.
So you kind of mentioned it after bouncing back from last week. What did you tell them? What was the plan?
Well, I mean, we learned. We said, hey, we're going to learn from it. We're going to learn what we did wrong and learn what we did right, and we're going to refocus. And that was the thing about that game last Friday night. If we won it, we were going to have to get better and improve through the year if we're going to have the year we want to have. And if we lose, we're going to have to get better and improve through the year, win or lose. So, it's a tough first game. But I was really proud of the way our kids bounced back this week and just showed them that they're a tough group of kids and hardworking, and I'm really proud of them.
The Player of the Week, sponsored by Whataburger.
Oh, that goes to Jordan Price. No relation, Coach.
No relation.
Oak Leaf, dynamic two-way store, return a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown, 2 key interceptions, 2 of them in an opening win over Riverside. Check out Action Sports Jack's Twitter for more info on how you can nominate a player of the week for next week.
All right, let's go down to Lake Butler, shall we? Union County trying to win its first game for interim head coach Lamar Waters. Keystone Heights paying a visit down to Union County. Drew Simmons put on a clinic, beginning with this 30-yard catch and run. Nice cutback, gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, finally tackled by Keystone Heights. 2 plays later, no problem. Take it on in for the touchdown. Union County goes on to win big, 51-6. We've got one from Thursday night. We'll get a Thursday night game in there. We've got Beachside's home opener taking on Englewood. Home team already out front in the first quarter. They add to it. Vincent Galella busted it to the outside, into the end zone for another Beachside score. The Rams actually had a great drive. They were marching towards the end zone, but one mistake in the red zone, and Andrew Cruz cuts off the pass. He's headed the other way, 97 yards. That is a new school record on the pick 6. Just before the half, one more time from the Cudas. Aiden Kugler for the Cudas to a wide open Drew Watson. Beachside never took the foot off the pedal. They go on to win and go on to win big.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade. If you need a quality play this football season at your home, call That One Painter First Coast. Locally owned and operated, experienced employees, no builder-grade materials. And there's more, and for that, we throw it to Noah Schlicksup. That One Painter First Coast can apparently help your kicking game, too.
Well, after my failure on skinny sticks last year on Creekside game day, I've spent a lot of time out here at Creekside practicing my kicks. There's only one issue. How is that even possible? The good news is I know exactly who can help. That One Painter can handle all your painting needs, from field goal posts to cabinets to stucco. They got you covered. Though they may not be able to help with my kicking, they can certainly help with the posts. Call That One Painter First Coast today for all your painting needs at 904-495-1373.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
The Smart Play of the Week is brought to you by the FSCJ Manta Rays.
All right, I love the wheel route, folks. Call it all the time. Well, Bishop Kenny did. And look at that throw right over the defender. Beautifully executed. Caleb Madison, fantastic player for BK. That would prove to be the winning score.
That's the game-winning score.
Because they win 21-20 on a blocked extra point. Fantastic game of the week. By the way, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel whenever you want.
Yeah, and they'll break it down, by the way, on Monday at 8 o'clock on the Blitz Breakdown.
Yes.
That's why we named it as such on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. All right, we're going to leave you now with our band of the week as we do. And for those streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, more bands coming up at 11 p.m. This is Golden Eagles of Fleming Island. Have a great night, everyone.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jacks Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Whataburger, just like you like it.
Action Sports Jacks Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.